everybody, welcome to Excel video 430. I'm Nate Moore. Got an email just yesterday from a group that said, hey Nate, we need some data that we know is in our PM system, but we can't get a report out. Can you help us with this unreportable field? And as soon as I solved that one, another email came in saying, different PM system, different problem. We know the data's in there. Can you get us a report that shows us the data that we can't get out any other way? And sure enough, we did. When you've got unreportable information that you know is in your PM report you can't get out of a canned report, I'd love to help you with a custom report instead. What we're going to do today is a different kind of loop. Remember last time we did do loop while and do while loop? Very similar, this do until loop. So we're going to set it up in a similar way. The other thing I want to show you, if you're going to write a long-term, boy, I'm going to use this macro all the time and I'm going to document everything and I'm going to do it right. Dimension the variable. Say A is an integer, total A is an integer, and do it right. But where I'm just quick and dirty trying to get a macro to show you something, I don't need to dimension or define those variables. I don't need to tell Excel B is an integer and total B is an integer to get this thing to work. And so I'm just going to do a quick and dirty one here that said, hey, B is 10, total B is 0, do until. So again, my condition is at the top here, just like we started with last time. The condition's at the top. Do until B equals 10. Well, B is already 10, so if I do until B equals 10, this loop is never going to run. And I'll get a message box at the end that says, hey, total B is 0, and the loop never ran. Because we never met the condition. We do until B is 10, B starts the day at 10, so we never run the loop. Over here, B is at 10, and total B is 0, just like up before. The total B and the B equals B plus 1, all that's the same. All I did was move the until. So do until B equals 10. Now I'm going to come down here and I'm going to loop until B is greater than or equal to 10. Let me run this thing. Well, let's see what's going to happen. Well, it starts at 10 and total B is 0. Now total B is going to be 0 plus 0, 0 equals 0 plus 10. So total B is now going to be 10 and B is going to jump up to 11 and we'll loop until B is greater than or equal to 10. So just like last time, this loop is going to run once and total B is going to be, starts at 0 and we're going to add 10 to it. And that's what's going to show up in the message box. Value of B is 10. So here, because the condition's up top and we met the condition, the loop never runs. Here, the condition's at the bottom of the loop, and it meets the condition, and then it runs. The other thing you should notice here is as you're playing with loops, if you're not careful, what you can do is say B's 10, now B's 11. And if you say loop until B equals 10, it's going to start at 10, but then it's going to go to 11 before it ever makes the condition, right? And then it's going to go to 12, 13, 14. It's going to go to millions and billions and never be equal to 10. If you accidentally write a loop that it's interminable, it's the never-ending, endless loop, Control break will get you out of this, and you can start over and say, all right, now let's write a loop that makes sense. But that's what I wanted to show you. Do loop until runs once. Do loop, or at least once, let me say it that way. Do until loop looks at that condition first, and if we meet the condition, it will never run. And again, like I said last time, you can set this to be a little bit fancier than B equals 10. You can say, do until I run out of rows, or until I get to the bottom of the screen, or until I run out of files to process or to import, or do until this is true, or whatever. There's a bunch of ways you can use this loop to control the way your program goes. Stay tuned. Next time we'll do a little bit more practical example out of do while loop, do loop while, all that kind of stuff. We'll do that practical example in the next Excel video. Thanks for watching.